and this is my video blog, An Artful Life. And today I'm going to talk to you about the new format and time frame of the new video blog, and I'm going to have more of a real talk chat with y'all, and I'm also going to show you some of my gorgeous art. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that right after these messages. So whenever I take on a new project, such as this video blog, such as the podcast that we're doing, or like a new photography series, anything blah 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 that I'm working on, I like to do a process called trial by experimentation. And in trial by experimentation, one of the things that I do is I just come up with a bunch of stuff off the top of my head and I just go straight for it, you know? I don't really hold back as a human, not in life, not in relationships, not much in art, things like that. And so one of the things that I'd done in my research for video blogging was notice that everyone had a clear black screen, or that it was nice and white or gray. And I mean, the closest to what I have in my studio was the blue wall that, if you noticed, looked gray, white, blue, whatever color you noticed on the screen, because that's one of those aspects of lighting and color. And I knew that, you know. And so one of the things that I was experimenting with was that I really wanted to give people a chance to connect with my face instead of all of my art. But as it's an artist video blog, the number one thing that beta testers said today was, or not today, said this last week, but whatever, was that they'd really like to see my art behind me. And that's great. I can totally show you my art behind me. I mean, I had to rearrange my entire fucking studio to even make a space for a clear blank wall. There's no clear blank wall in my studio. The only blank wall that has been was this much room where I was doing video blogging. So if you'd seen behind the scenes, it would have been art, 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 like space, you know? And that's something that I was definitely trying to work with, because I don't tend to be a human that super likes blank space. Yeah. And so that's something that the beta testers suggested that I shift. So I did. I put my latest series, Goddess 2013, 2016, motherfucker. It's late, isn't it? Put that on the wall behind me. And I adjusted a whole bunch of different stuff with that, and I think that that's going to be something very interesting. You'll have to let me know what you think. Feel free to link to the comments below and mention it, or any other variety of ways you want to contact me. My email is finngraves@gmail.com. Just like my podcast email is xwiveshour@gmail.com. Yeah. So, stage one, that's the new format of the video blog, which I will now explain. Is going to be me standing in front of pieces of my art, a variety. I can't really promise you what kind of art it's going to be because we're here right now and not there in the future yet. Soon we'll be in the future. And then you can watch this in the past. But right here, we're here and now, and I can tell you what I'm going to do for the first month. The very, very first month, I'm going to show you my giant series, Goddesses, 2015. I finished them the last day in 2015, otherwise they'd be Goddesses 2015 and 2016. They're very representative of my acrylic painting style. And my acrylic painting style is incredibly different from my watercolor painting style, and then my watercolor is a lot different from my calligraphy. So I'm one of those all-around multimedia artists, and I think that that's something that I'm going to choose to represent in my video blog now, because the beta testers mentioned they'd love to see art behind me. Art! Art! There's actually a really cute video called Art, Art, I Want You, and I'll link to it below because I think it's amazing, and everyone should watch it, really, because that's how I feel about art pretty much all the time. Yeah, and so that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be showcasing art behind me. I'm not promising to talk about it all the time, but I will promise that you will see art behind me. And one of the other things I'm going to do is I'm actually going to extend the length of my video blogs. One of the problems has been I'm filming video blogs in these blips and quips and moments. And so instead of doing that, one of the ways I feel I can be more authentic and connect with you, my viewer, as well as you, my beta testers, as well as you, all my buddies that actually watch this, because I love you. Thank you for watching me do things that are difficult for me to do. I could be rock climbing. Why am I making a video blog? Anyways, so I am making a video blog, and so I'm going to be extending it. I'm going to cap it at 10 minutes, no more than 10 minutes, but most of the viewing has actually been on my longer blogs, so that tells me that you guys are either appreciating the self that's coming forward in the longer blogs, or that, I don't know, you like looking at my face a longer time? I don't know, you'd have to tell me why you're watching the longer stuff more, because it's way more me rambling about like, oh look, this color blue is totally rad, why don't we just hang out with this color blue for forever? Which, speaking of blue, my entire studio is blue and I love it. It's one of my favorite colors. All of the shades of blue. Yeah. Anyways, and so yeah, that's the length, and that's going to be the new format that we're going to do. I'm going to try to create some more annotations for right here, this magical place that may be scrolling words over top of it, but it's not right now because I'm in here and now and not the future space where I edit the shit out of this. So yeah, that's going to be the format for the blog, and then I think I'm going to try to do it in like 3 chunks. So yeah, this was chunk 1. Like the upcoming projects that I'm working on. Okay, so I said I was going to mention about the Goddess series 2015, right? This is them. I'll give you an actual like buy of them at the end of the video blog so you can see them all. You won't see them like beautifully, right? I'm creating this video blog on my smartphone, which sometimes decides to spaz out. It's great. But one of the other things about this series is it's not completely done. Here's some of the pieces from that are almost done. This one, you can see, she's almost completely done, but not quite, and I'm looking forward to putting her up. This is all going to go up again. It just came back from Jam, and so it's all going to go up again on, I think, really near my birthday, so like June 1st, or in the first week of June, depending on when I'm working. And it's going to go up at Good Neighbor Pizza on Deacom, which you can totally go to. It's so funny, isn't it, being an artist and like your work hanging in restaurants and coffee shops and pizza joints. I mean, I get great feedback and I appreciate it, but it's definitely this interesting experience of like, huh. But I mean, galleries are just a lot of white wall. So at least people are doing things that make them feel happy and looking at the art, which I think is kind of nice. So that's one. Here's another one. This is like stage 2, right? So the one that you saw is like stage 4. And this is like stage 2. The very first stage I do the sketches and the weird shapes, right? And then stage 2 I add all the color. And this is my favorite, honestly. I like this stage because you can just mess with it. You can see what's gonna happen. And this stage isn't set in stone yet. There's nothing about it that says set in stone. The last one that we saw was Aphrodite, and Aphrodite is kind of like settled. She's gonna be what she's gonna be, and I just have to put the lines there. Crashing cradle boards. That's what it comes from. I mean, I seriously don't have any room in the studio. I'm in like a 6x10 space, which is awesome. I'm really lucky, but it's also, I paint huge. Okay, so this is like stage, well, honestly, you know how I said Aphrodite was stage 4? This is really stage 4. Aphrodite was just a very simple piece, so this is a much less simple piece. This has been 4 different pieces, and I have a lot of feelings about this piece, which is why it's not done yet. So, and this is like stage 4. It's gonna have some lines, but we don't know where it's going yet. And then this is a huge piece that I'm not sure can actually fit into here, so we will see. So yeah, this is like Gemini Goddess, right? It's got my octopuses, it's got my face, it's a whole experience. Yeah, that piece was, it's been an interesting evolution. It's taken it 6 years to get to that stage. Some pieces are like that. Some pieces I can whip out in like an evening and be like, whoa! Like obviously that thought was completely finished. And then other pieces I'm like, 7 years later, we're almost to stage 4. Alright, so that's some of the pieces for behind the scenes and of what happens before the pieces get to go on the wall like this. And yeah, okay, and so I guess the last part is doing some real talk. We'll see how this goes. Okay, so for some real talk. This week, I've been having quite a bit of difficulties physically. I somehow popped my hip out of joint, and so what that means is that I haven't been able to go on my like regular walks. And so one of my everyday characteristics, I have some personal rules. It's write every day, draw every day, walk every day, and paint every day. So like I do that every day. And so this last week I really haven't been able to do it, and my hip has been on a joint, and I've been in a lot more pain. And so that added pain has been, it's been frustrating. I've been having a hard time with it because not only, so one of the reasons that I walk every day is because it gives me time to take all of these thoughts that are like marinating and twisting and swirling and moving around and like coalesce them into an idea and allow that idea to like leak out onto canvas or paper or stories or podcasts with Fred, you know, like any of that stuff. And so not being able to walk means I've been being ridiculous. I've been having to march like a little soldier when I'm hanging out with the kiddos that I hang out with, and luckily they'll totally march with me. And by like the third day, I have no more embarrassment. I'm just like, look, my psoas muscle is totally pulling my leg up to my chin, and then I can move forward. So, but it's frustrating. It's frustrating when I feel like I can't move, especially such a wiggly person, we'll say. I'm wiggly. I wouldn't call myself athletic in any form, but I'm definitely wiggly. And that's aggravating to me, and it's aggravating to my psyche and my emotional health because I like to do stuff, and I've been feeling really bored. And so in combination with feeling really bored and being in kind of some new pain that's very frustrating, as well as just, honestly, I'm developing a new skill that's super like, shh, hush hush. So by the end of this video blog, in like a year, you'll know what it is, but I'm not going to tell you about it now because it's but developing that new skill while also having my birthday coming up. My birthday is in like under a week. So by the time this video blog posts, it's probably going to be my birthday video blog. And so my birthday is like, I don't have a problem so much with aging. I apparently seem to this year. Like I seem to have more of an issue with it actually than usual, because normally I'm just like, yeah, let's do it. But this last year was fucking killer, dude. It was wicked. And it's another one of those reasons why I'm doing a video blog. And so, like, the month right before my birthday, a lot of kind of new pains and weird shit come up. And it's been spastic. And I missed my best friend. Like, she's really far away. And I can't tell you her name because she's too awesome for you. Anyways, you all know what her name is, because the only people that watch me are people who love me. So, anyways, but I'm not going to tell you so I can practice. Yeah, I miss her. And she's been gone like 4 months now. That's forever. It's forever. And we've totally done video calling and stuff like that. But I like just wrote 8 letters to people that are not her because I really wanted to write her a letter. And I feel pouty. I feel pouty. I want her to come home, even though that's not true at all. I like want her to continue her adventures and have fun. But like, I miss my buddy, right? Even though my buddy's always busy. Like, I don't have friends that aren't epic. It's not like a thing. Yeah, so if you're particularly boring, don't friend me. Sorry, that was rude. I have that tactic sometimes. So yeah, so that's one of the things that I've been thinking about, and so that leaves me in a bit of an emu. I'm like a giant. Anyways, an emo mode right before my birthday, and I'm like, but you know what? It's gonna be fun. We're gonna go camping. I have no idea how I'm gonna go camping, but I really want to go camping. So, yeah. Anyways, this has been another episode of my video blog, and the very last stage after real talk, so for God's sakes we don't end on Finn being emo, which is stupid, is I'm going to show you the Goddess series that's on my wall right now. Yeah. Anyways, you'll get a quick whoosh, and then click follow, and subscribe to us, and I'll see you here next week on Monday. Deuces.